How to start your preparation? 3-in-1 preparation strategy: mathematics, mental ability, and reasoning. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Unfog with Dr. Atahar Parveen. Friends, as you all know, now CRISE notification is already out, and PSTR, GPSTR, and HSTR notifications are expected very soon. So many of you are already preparing for these teacher recruitment exams, but I also know that some aspirants are confused about from where should we start preparing. If you are a PM method aspirant, then you are going for maths first maybe, or if you are a CB method aspirant, you are going for biology first maybe. This can be different, but one thing has to be same here, that you all should focus on paper 1 parts also. The GK part is very tough, but other topics which are possible for you to prepare, better you do them also parallelly along with the paper 2. Okay, so here in this class I am going to tell you how you can start preparing from mathematics and go till mental ability and reasoning also. One thing which you should actually keep in your mind is that working hard in a smarter way will be very much helpful for you in preparing for these exams, rather than going for simply working hard without any smartness or without any planning. So you have to think little bit logically and try to understand the exam pattern. So instead of preparing subject wise, you can prepare for concept wise, right? Because I am talking about how you can prepare for mathematics, mental ability, and reasoning at a time, I wanted to just give you these topics also. So these are the topics which will match along with your mental ability and numerical reasoning also. So that's why if you are starting from mathematics, better I would advise you to start from mathematics. Even if you are a CB method aspirant, try to work out problems from these topics, because these come under mental ability and numerical reasoning also. So what are these topics? These are the very common and little bit easy also, like number system, simplification, divisibility rules, HCF and LCM, percentages, ratio and proportion, average, time and work, time, speed and distance, data interpretation, and number series. Now these are the most important topics which will match with your mathematics, mental ability, and numerical reasoning also. But then mental ability does not constitute only these topics. This also you have to keep in mind that there are few more topics which will not come under your mathematics but will come under mental ability and reasoning, which are blood relations, direction sense, seating arrangement, coding, decoding, and non-verbal reasoning. So you need to do separate preparation for these topics when we talk about mental ability. So if you are our paid class aspirant, either HSTR, CRISE, or GPSTR, we will have given you one mental ability book, right? So that mental ability book we have made from this point of view only. All these topics which are very much important are included in that booklet, along with many examples and everything. If you go through it, you will understand how important it is. Now, while talking about these topics, like for example, let's talk about number system. When you are doing number system, you have to first try to understand the concept, solve the problems, and also solve mental ability and reasoning questions. Because the concept is same only, right? Only the presentation will change. Like for example, in mathematics, they may ask you to find the HCF. In mental ability, they may ask you to identify the odd number. Whereas in reasoning, they may ask you to complete a number series. I am giving you examples also, like in mathematics, they may tell you to find the HCF of 3 numbers, like for example here 24, 36 and 60. So what you are going to do then, you are just going to find out the common prime factors, and that will give you the answer. Whereas in this number system chapter only, what type of question will come in mental ability? See this question, which number is different? 24, 36, 48 and 55. You have to find out which one number is there which is different. That is odd one out you have to find out here. So here what you will do, you will just cross check and see 24, it is divisible by 2, 3, 4 and 6. Like that only 36 and 48 are also divisible by 2, 3, 4 and 6. Whereas 55 as it is also a odd number, it is divisible by 5 and 11. It is not possible that it gets divisible by 2, 3, 4 and 6. So 55 will be the correct answer here, and that one will be the odd one out here. Like that only in same chapter only they may ask a question like this in reasoning. They will ask you to complete the series. Like for example here we have 6, 12, 24 and 48. How can you complete the series? Here you can see that each number is multiplied by 2 every time. Like if 6 is multiplied by 2, then we are getting the next number 12. Then again 12 is multiplied by 2, then you are getting next number 24. If it is again multiplied by 2, that means here actually double it is going on. This is the series where the numbers are getting doubled. 48, then again if you double 48 you will get 96. So here the blank you will fill with the 96. Clear, right? Like that only talking about percentage. In mathematics they will ask you to calculate percentage, right? Whereas in mental ability they may ask you about increase or decrease in marks or something like that they will ask. In reasoning they may present the same idea as a comparison between two groups, maybe two schools or maybe two genders, like that, right? So here concept percentage is same only, but different style of questions will be asked in mathematics, mental ability and reasoning. For example, in mathematics simply they may ask to find the percentage of some number, right? So here we have 25% of 480. How you do? You just have to divide 25 by 100. That is going to give 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 of 480 will give you 120. Whereas in mental ability they may ask a question like this. A student's marks increased from 320 to 400. Find the percentage increase. So at that time what you do, first you subtract 400 and 320, you will get 80. With that 80 again you divide by 320, you multiply by 100 because you have to find out the percentage increase. So every time you will have to multiply by 100 when you find out the percentage, right? So here your answer will be 25%. In this topic only, in reasoning, what type of question they may ask? Like this, usually we see this type of questions. In mathematics also these type of questions are asked actually. In a class, 40% are girls. 30% of girls participate in sports. If there are 300 students, how many girls participate in sports? So here what you do? First you find out how many number of girls are there. Then you find out how many number of sports girls are there. Right? So here answer should be 36. Like that only another example if I take talking about HCF and LCM. In mathematics find the LCM of three numbers they will tell. This will actually come under number system also. Okay, but then separate topic if you take it is better because there are very much scope of questions to be asked from this topic, right? Then in mental ability they will ask a question about the ringing bells or they will ask about the traffic lights signals, and in reasoning they may ask about events, like for example here find the LCM of 12, 18 and 30. That too you will easily do it. Then we have a mental ability question. For example, it can be like this. 3 bells ring every 12, 18 and 30 minutes. After how many minutes will they ring together? At that time also you have to find out the LCM of these three numbers. Right? You get 180 minutes here. In reasoning, they may ask a question like this. For example, 3 machines complete one production cycle every 4, 6 and 10 hours. After how many hours will all 3 complete a cycle together again? So here also you have to do LCM. If you do LCM, you will get the correct answer here. So you should be able to identify, especially in word problems, which problem belongs to HCF and LCM, or else you will not be able to figure out the right answer. So how should you prepare every chapter? It is very simple now, right? Whenever you complete one topic, you have to follow this rule. First to solve mathematics questions, then mental ability questions, then also go for reasoning type of questions, right? That is like you have to actually become perfect in that particular chapter, especially these topics. Of course, as I told you, there are few more topics like blood relations, direction, sense, seating arrangement, coding, decoding, all that. For that you have to prepare separately because they are also very important topics. So this strategy, if you follow, for sure you will keep preparing for paper 1 and paper 2 also. Thank you. All the best. Bye.